So you can see we're back at camp with our little either a small bear or foxglove we found the other day. I think it's more than likely a fox. Very small. Some little teeth in there. But yeah. So we're back in. Brought loads of stuff with me today. Let's give you a look, see what we built. As you can probably see, I bought the Sammy pouch on my belt again, through the belt loops. Love carrying it like that. Doesn't seem to matter how much I put in it or how much it weighs. It just sits on my belt perfectly every time. It's quite wet today, it rained last night, so I bought some dry grass from home. I picked up some dry sticks out of the trees on the way here as well. But I've got a few new things to show you today, so let me get set up and I'll bring you back. So as you can see, I've got some nice dry grass here. I'm not going to use it today, I'm going to go with some flint and steel. So, what have we got in our tin? Some nice little fatwood pieces, shards, we don't want them. That's plenty big enough. There we go. You see that? Don't want to throw it away, do we? And there we go. Started, as you can see, there's still some dry grass down here. This side not lit yet. Little pyramid thing going on. Still got some more drywood bits there. Only keeping them far small today. As obviously lit it with this piece of flint and steel. As you can see, Sammy pouch is loaded right up today. A few new things to show you. Oh, I'll put that one over there. Got some breakfast and stuff. Put that down over there as well. Bring these out in a second. brew them first, I think. We've got the fire going just there in the background, as you can see. I'll be cooking on that in a bit. But I'm using my Trangia today in my VCB Mark II. Go. Just wanted to show you this. Doesn't really matter. This is the salmon pouch. See how the water just puddles off. Awesome. Right, so while we wait for that to boil up, so yes, I'm just gonna make myself a nice cup of coffee. As you can see, I've put my bits in there already. My coffee. I'll just slip that there for a second. Put some water here. Which take that off there first. There we go. Add some dry grass in there. So yeah, just to make that, it's just I'll just show you. Got my little percolator on BCB, Mark II cooker with the Trangia inside. So, for some new bits today I've got to show you. I was sent this today. Sent this to, well, not today, the other day. This is a wax canvas billy cam hot bag. So, let's open it up. Show you how it works. This is brilliant. It's got a little stitched in flap in the top to keep it all covered when obviously you've got it all drawn up. And then, oh, I forgot I got them from the petrol station earlier. Let's go with my eggs. So yeah, so So yeah, as you can see, the quality on stitching on this, again, same as the Sammy pouch, is literally unbeatable. It's amazing. You've got these lovely little thick tabs here for the lid, and it's all double stitched by the look of it. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then cross stitched as well. And obviously, like I say, that all slots in there like so, and sits upright. It's got the perfect little draw cord again. So that's the main pouch. This little pouch comes with it as well. So this is the top pouch that sits in between the lid and the handle. In here I've got hand cream, some egg poachers and some super noodles. Like I say, you cinch that up and then it just slots in on top of there like so. So there's that one. The billy can itself, obviously, open it up. Inside you get yet another pouch. So this pouch is quite full, it's got a little bowl and things in it as well. So in here I've got a little collapsible bowl. I've got the paperwork that came with it. I've got a washing up cloth, some washing up liquid, a spoon. Obviously I have where it's come from. Spork utensil, a couple more spoons and a broken one, a plastic bag and a small folding shovel. For a second. So as you can see inside, I don't know if you can see that very well, but they're all made the same way with this thick strapping, pretty much the same as the strapping that you get on the yokes that I'm using for a backpack, which is here. So this is the strap on my yoke for my bag. These ones are quite thin ones, whereas this is quite a thick, heavy duty one, so it's wider and it's doubled over as well. So what he's done, he's folded these into, got 2-inch lengths basically, or a 4-inch length, folding it over, stitched it together. And then if you look inside the wax canvas, it's on this side, it goes inside the wax canvas lid, and then it's stitched into the lid. There's no way that lid's coming off, not unless you really super mistreat it anyway. But I love them. I think this is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Obviously drawer cord so you can cinch it all down nice and tight. Oh, it sounds like my coffee's done. But I love the colour, I love the fact that it's all wax canvas, it's all waterproof, and the even better part, because it's all in these little bags, it keeps the billy pan pot silent when carrying it. Yeah, my coffee's done. How cool is that? So, that cooks up. These were fresh beans that I ground up this morning, just for coming up here. I ground them up at home. I haven't got a portable grinder, so I used the grinder that I've got at home, which is just like a little electric one, but it does the job. Right, it's going to be absolutely boiling, isn't it? God, very hot. Do you know what I need? Some sugar. So, I had some spoons, there they are. These Kenko resealable bags are kind of handy actually, because obviously they're resealable, they're waterproof, and I put sugar and all sorts of bits like that in it. Got a bit of a sweet tooth, so 2 heaped spoons today. Right, so obviously you just saw I normally keep my brew kit in this. Well, that's going to change because I have received some wax canvas mittens. No, these are small Sammy pouches. I've got 2 of them. Loving the colour coding on these. Don't know if you can see how well you can quite see that. But green on the top with a brown inner, and then brown on the top with a green inner. So that's going to help me identify that the brown one is going to be for my coffee beans, and the green one's going to be for my sugars. These are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. They're all made the same way. They're brass pinned, these ones. I think it's a brass pin, I think that's what you call it anyway. Again, fill them up. I mean that's a lot of coffee beans you could get in that, so that's good. Obviously sugar exactly the same. Really happy. Obviously these are wax canvas, so again waterproof. Just show you. So I'm going to put my hand in, put it on this one. Keep the cord out of the way. So as you can see the water's just oozing off of there. Quick shake, nothing but a few droplets on there, just sitting on the top, and not wet inside at all. You can't really see there, can you? So yeah, really happy with these. So I'm going to transfer all my brew kit stuff over in a bit. I'll probably do that off a video, into them, and then pack everything. I've bought a carrier bag with me so I can pack all this other stuff into rubbish. So yeah, that's the 2 small Sammy pouches for brew kit. Obviously you can see how small they are. They're about a hand. I mean, obviously to show you size and depth, I mean if I make a small fist, that sort of a fist, I can get my hand quite comfortably in there, and the draw cord does up around my wrist. So that just goes to show how much you could actually get in there. And not being funny, I haven't got small hands. So yeah, so 1 for coffee, 1 for sugar. Absolutely pleased. What else was I going to show you? So yeah, these little pouches, these are exactly the same, completely waterproof. Obviously these are the billy can pouches that go in the billy can bag. This is a 14cm billy can bag. I mean the same same as the small lids, the main one's done the same way. So yeah, completely waterproof. They've also got, if water does happen to get through the top here, or through the gap here where the D-ring is, there's actually a drain hole in the bottom so it can drain out. So rather than you carrying around a load of water, it just drains straight out of the bottom. So that's brilliant. Let's put these down here out the way. Also it allows you to put your stuff on the floor. If it's wet, it's not going to pick up you know, like water and dew off of the floor. or anything like that. I'm just going to bring you back in a minute. So yeah, just to put some more wood on the fire. Also grab a bottle of water from the water store, just over there. Because we've got a Blues water filter millbank bag to test out. Now I've got no stream in this woodlands here, so trying to collect water is extremely hard. I have to bring it in, hence why I bring bottles up with me, extra bottles each time, and I store them all just in the corner down there. So it's not very neat, I know. I've tried covering them up a little bit, but they've been there for weeks now, no one's ever touched them. Absolutely fine. So yeah, but what we're going to do now is we're going to give this a go. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang it on this tripod here for the moment. Let me see if I can stand you up somewhere where you'll be able to see. There you go. Perfect. So, bottle of water. Now, a little set of instructions obviously come with this. You know, it just says soak bag thoroughly by squeezing it under water. Fill the bag to the top with water to be filtered. Hang and allow water to run to waist down to the level black line. Place water bottle under the bag, blah blah blah, and so on. So you place the water bottle back underneath the bag again. So it comes in this neat little pouch, canvas pouch with a popper. So yeah, really secure, white, easy, so you know what bag it's for because it's a different colour from the rest. My fire's getting really smoky. Put that there for a second. So this is it. Wow, it's massive. It's huge. It's like a stocking. Huge stocking. So this isn't a small one, this is obviously quite a big one. Now obviously I'm not going to use all my water supply up to get this. I have got another little bottle of water that I brought with me to put up here at camp, so I'm going to use that as well. And then I'll take these 2 bottles back home with me to fill them back up again. So, it says to give it a good soak in. Now obviously this isn't waxed canvas. This is just normal canvas, so it's not waxed at all. So it's nice and wet. And then we'll hang it just there. Might have to just lower you down a bit, and then so that's probably 500 ml of water in there. Ooh. Slid down the pole a bit then. Bring that back up, so it just sits there. So the water levels about here at the moment. Obviously this is the black line, it's on both sides that you want to fill the water to above, let it float down. Now as you can already see, it's coming through already, so that's brilliant. So then what you do, you'd rest the bottle under there, not that there, but there. I don't know if you can hear that. Bring you in. So, as you can see, it's dripping down. Obviously this is a very narrow bottle, you'd have a cup or a wide mouth bottle. You could rest that on the floor underneath it and it would filter your water for you. Just let you watch that flow. So obviously this removes all your your little small particles and bits and pieces from it, from your water. As you can see, it's dripping off quite nicely, coming through there quite lovely. You can actually see how well the stitching is on all of this as well. So yeah, really happy with that. I will actually be testing this out on Dartmoor next time I go, I think. Can't wait to get that down there, and I'm going to be taking that with me. So I'll collect some water, filter it through that into a bigger pot, and then boil it through. Obviously it's good enough for the army, it's good enough for us, so I don't see why I should have to use the Soy Mini. I know most of the water down there's fresh water anyway. People just obviously, because of animals urinating in the water, etc, etc. So I probably will boil it twice after I've meal banked it. But yeah, really happy with that. I'm just gonna let you guys see that again. So as you can see, the flow rate there. So it's not super slow. I mean, I haven't got time today to sit here and fill it right to the top to see how long it would take to filter a whole bag full, which I will do in another episode. I will check that out when I bring the kids up probably for lunch for the day. So I've got to go down to the hospital today, so I'm literally just up here just having some breakfast, coffee, and just showing you some new stuff. Plus I just went to check on camp because I left the frying pan up here, which I want to leave up here permanently, but it's over there at the moment. But I'm going to put a shelf under my little table here so it can sit underneath there. So yeah, really happy with the meal bank bag. Perfect little design. I don't know if you can see it from here, but it's still dripping away lovely. Good flow rate. I mean, there's easily 1.5 litres of water in there out of them 2 bottles, because one was 750 mils, one was a litre. So yeah, really happy. So as you can see, camp's all fires out, cleared everything back away again, and yeah, frying pan I've turned it over because it was up the other way, which I didn't realise, and it's full of leaves and water. So I'll be washing it up. We'll be washing up liquid and cloth next time I come. Put a few more little bits of firewood down over there. Obviously we've got the bigger bits there, but I need to build some sort of shelter there for them, and I need a proper firewall I've decided, because the smoke just goes everywhere. One log isn't enough even though it's in a hole, so I'm going to build a proper little firewall just there, because the wind tends to come this way mostly, but without the firewall sometimes you get that swirly type wind in these trees and it just swirls all around camp. So yeah, just going to walk out while drinking my coffee. So yeah, this is the second cup, by the way. Bring you back later. Hi guys, just wanted to take you through a few things, just to let you know. Cut the video short yesterday because I had to pop to the hospital. See my little son. For those of you that know, he's slowly getting better, but it's just a matter of time now, I think. I mean, it's been 2 weeks, so hopefully it won't be much longer. But yeah, so I just wanted to show you how much water resistant these bags are. So as you can see, the water literally, I mean that's just over half a bottle of water gone onto there. And as you can see, it's all just dripping off, sitting in the puddle, and then obviously the stuff right on the very top is not going to be wet. So carry a first aid kit in there as well, quite a large one. So like I said, food, eggs, and fire lighting kit, flint and steel kit that is. I carry some gardening twine just in case I have to make a temporary tripod, small saw just in case I need to cut a few little bits of wood. I carry my Mora classic, I think it's, I'm not actually sure which Mora this is now, I can't remember, I think it's a 101 classic, but I carry that in there as well obviously because I use it for my food prep. Hand carved wooden spoon. Now this was given to me by a guy on Instagram called Gums. He carved this for me, sent it to me with a few other bits. Absolutely love using this, brilliant spoon. Wind guard. So this is just a cheap £3–4 folding wind guard. I think it's a 6 panel. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's a 9 panel one. 3, 6, 9. And then on the ends, you can push these pins. You see that? You can push these pins down so it sticks into the floor to keep it rigid. So I take that in there as well. Comes in handy. Obviously my BCB. Obviously, look, just got it wet, but it wasn't wet. Tin foil to make lids. Small trangia in there as well, just in case I want to take some fluid and do it in a trangia. So there's that. Pasta. Some super noodles. And then I just want to show you inside. I'm going to take the inside out, all the bottom's wet, but so inside out, and look, not one drop of water has come through, not one bit. For all this stitching, around all the stitching, there's not a single drop of water. So yeah, very, very confident in using this. Let me just move some of this stuff and I want to show you some more bits on test today. So obviously this is my billy can pouch, 14cm billy can pouch. It has got a hole in the bottom in case water does get into it, because obviously this, you could bungee this onto the outside of your backpack. It's got a lid on it, but water could still run in, run down the sides, but it'll run straight out from there. So it keeps the water off of your gear. Again, I'm not worried about water getting into this. You can see by me scratching it, but I'm not scared of getting these wet. These are brilliant. So, quick little shake. The majority of the water's gone, and it still feels dry. So, sitting it in the water still. So, in puddles. Opening up the flap. Putting the billy can out. Show you. Billy can is not wet. So, inside again. All around the stitching, none of it in between, none of it is wet, not one section. So really, really, really happy. I mean, look, you can see where I've been sat that in the water there, how wet that is, but obviously inside it's not wet. Love it. I think it's brilliant. The quality of these, the stitching and things, the way the stitching is done, goes round, round, across, and then there's a main stitch that goes all the way down as well. I'm not sure, but I think you'll find it's stitched on one, stitched on two. I think you'll find it's all double stitched with heavy duty stitching. Like I said before, yesterday, I think I said it, you can see these little tabs here. I can't remember exactly what this stuff's called, but it looks like he takes a 4-inch patch, folds it over so it's 2 inches long, sews it into the bag first, probably, and then gets 2 bits to make these lids, sews them round, and then gets to the point where they're about to join together, slips this in between the 2 pads. So you've got 1 pad there, 1 pad there. You can see there are 2 pads if you're looking around the side, and then obviously he stitches them in to the inside of the lids. So that's that. Really loving these pouches. They're absolutely brilliant. Again, this is just the pouch off the top of the billy can. It just sits there. In this one, I don't actually keep any food sources or anything like that, or I could do, but I actually keep my hygiene gel. Oh, there is a packet of super noodles in here. Some poaching shells so I can do some poached eggs, and there is actually a packet of noodles in it. I didn't realise they were in there. Oh, I might have put them in there yesterday actually, because I was going to have them afterwards, but I didn't have time. But I think that's why they were in there. I'm not 100% sure on that though. So again, quite happy to pour them over with water, and you can see just the way it drips straight off. Quick shake and it's gone, no problem. So just move that there, and then we go into the billy can. Can anyone guess what I've got in here? In here are my favourite coffee beans. So can you see that? My favourite coffee beans. So they're in there, pulled nice and tight, and yet again, absolutely no worries, soaked in the bag. I got myself wet then. So yeah, quick shake off, and I am not worried about my beans inside getting wet at all, because I know they ain't. Underneath this one is sugar. Right, this one's slightly different. I don't want the inside of my pouch to get all sticky with heat or with whatever, so I have put my sugar, left it in a Ziploc bag, but it still stays in this pouch. And again, I'm not worried about pouring water on there, because it literally, as you pour it on, it just falls straight back off again. Every one of these pouches is exactly the same. They're all brilliant for this. Right, food pouch. So this has got a small collapsible bowl, same as the main bag and the top bag. Same stitching, you see that? Same stitching here for the lid. In there I've got a dragon gel, some ketchups, a note from blueangelical. I've got some washing up kit. These pouches can be collected from, well, can be bought from blueangelical, as you can see. I'll show you that in more detail in a second. So, washing up liquid, a clear bag in case I ever want one, a plastic spoon and a metal thingy spoon, a secondary plastic spoon, and just a small foldable bowl. Now obviously inside it's been sat on the floor, you see it's wet, but it's not wet inside, it's not damp at all. Just pour over the stitching, absolutely amazing. Water, you can see it just beads up, and a quick shake and the majority of it just comes off straight away. Now as you can see, I'm not worried about sitting it down in these puddles, because I know it's not coming through inside. I have been tempted to fill them up with water and just hold them to see if they eventually leak, because these ones haven't got drain holes, but I haven't done that yet. In fact, why not? So as you can see, there's a whole load of water in there, swooshing around. Can you hear that? But yeah, nothing's leaking out. Now obviously the bottom's wet because it's been set in the puddle anyway. But yeah, water's not puddling, it's not dripping. Absolutely love it. I need to get rid of that now. So yeah, really happy with these. So that was the 14cm billy can kit, which comes with the 2 small pouches and also the main pouch. So obviously one small pouch goes inside the bottom of the can with all your bits and pieces in it. Then you put your frying pan on. Now in here I've been putting my brew kits, like so. Well, one of them anyway. The other one I've actually been putting in underneath, like so. So I've got brew kit in there, like so. The secondary bag slits on top here, and the whole lot slots inside the main bag, like so. Flap straight over the top, done. Couldn't be happier with that. It keeps my billy can separate from everything else, keeps my bag clean and tidy, because obviously anything that's on this that I haven't managed to get off in the woods is only going to the inside of that wax canvas bag, you know, so it's keeping my actual pack itself clean and tidy. It's not getting no resin on anything. So I clean it off as much as I can before I put it in there anyway, because I'm a bit like that, I don't want to ruin them in any way. But yeah, really happy. I can't thank Tim at Blue Angelical enough. I'd like to go through his card details with you guys, just so you can see. So it's www.blueangelical.me.uk, all capital letters. High quality bespoke handmade items made with the attention to detail using the best materials we can find, which I thoroughly agree with. And there's some pictures there of a Singer sewing machine, some Sammy pouches by the look of it, and brew kit pouches, and what it looks like to be a canvas tool or utility belt for spoons and stuff, and maybe an axe sheath, which would be really nice. I haven't got an axe sheath. And then he also does the stuff on the back of the card, which is, I don't know if I can, is that helping? So I'll read it just in case. It says S10 mask and filter, Airsoft upgrade heavy duty canvas and oilskin bag, Sammy style coffee pouches, oilskin aprons, seat and bed rolls, folding wooden bucksaw, axe bags, custom work taken, and much more. Proudly made in Britain. Proudly received in Britain as well, Tim. Obviously he's got PayPal, so you can pay by PayPal. He's also on Facebook. He's also on Instagram. There's 2 accounts for the Instagram. One's Blue Angelical, and the other one's Blues Bushcraft, I think. I'll put the links in the details below anyway, but if you're interested in any of these wax canvas materials, it's not just wax canvas he does, obviously he does airsoft as well. I'm not so much into airsoft, although I got to admit mask and filter sounds pretty good, just for the sake of it, but I'm actually quite liking the idea of a neck sheath as well, matching neck sheath to my pouches. But I don't know if I showed you yesterday my coffee pouches, the design on them. He's done one with, this is the sugar, so the green pouch is for my sugar. It's got a brown central piece and then green all the way around, same on the back, brown central piece, green all the way around. And then my coffee one, so I know it's my coffee one, instantly it's brown all the way around, and on the top with 2 green patches on the inside. Really happy with these. They're just going to make life easier trying to find sugar and coffee, because obviously I know this bag's sugar and this bag's coffee. They're decent size. I can fill them right up now rather than just taking little bits and pieces out with me, and it just makes life easier. The drawer cord, they pull nice and tight, nothing's gonna, no beans are coming out of there, you know, no sugar's gonna come out of there anyway. But I mean, obviously there's 10 quid's worth of coffee beans in there, so yeah, really happy. But yeah, Tim, thank you very much. Really happy, really impressed with how waterproof this is. I didn't waterproof test the semi-pouch to fit on the first video I did for it, but obviously I have now, and over the moon with it. And the same with my my billy can pots bags, absolutely over the moon. They make life so much easier. They stop all the rattling around, so even if it is in my bag or hanging outside my bag or bungee to my bag, there's none of this chingle as you're going around, because you've got stuff inside your billy pot. Because obviously you don't want to waste space, so it's handy to fill the billy pot up with stuff that you want or need for the day or for the night or the weekend or whatever, and not have it making clattering noises while you're walking through the woods. So yeah, thank you very much. So guys, just wanted to give you a bit of a heads up on the canvas pouch that it comes with. This is the Millbank bag, Blues Millbank bag. So it comes with a really nice popper clasp. It's a good stiff one, it's not a cheap aftermarket one. The stitching again can't be beaten. It's all roll topped, so it's all rolled over and then stitched. And that really nice and strong piece of canvas. Obviously the canvas itself, the actual Millbank bag, is, so from the tip of my fingers just past my elbow long, and 1, 2, 3 hands wide, hand width wide. I've not got small hands, I have got quite large hands, so that just goes to show. I mean, I could do that twice, 2.5 times, keep my hands spread wide like that. Obviously inside, it's actually still a little bit damp from yesterday when I filled it out with water, so I'm going to hang it out here to dry out properly now. I think might even give it a quick rinse off first, actually, because I've got some green and brown muddy prints on it. But yeah, so basically fill it up, wait until it gets to this line, and then stick your water bottle underneath once it's at this line. And I wouldn't fill it up all the way to the top, because obviously it's going to hang like this, so I'd fill it up sort of like maybe here, let a bit of wastewater through, and then it will start clearing it out. So really happy with this. I think I said yesterday I'm going to take it to Dartmoor with me,
so I can give it a proper thorough test in the water there. Obviously once I've mill banked it all, I will probably boil it twice to be on the extra safe side before drinking it. I mean the majority of it would just be for boiling food anyway, in the bag, boiling the bag food. But obviously I will be wanting things like coffees, teas, so yeah, I'll be taking the soil with me as well anyway. But I mean I could even just millbank bag it to get rid of any sediment if the water's dirty, and then just soya straight after, however you want to do it. But I mean the army, I know, don't use the soyas, they just use millbank bags. I think they use soyas and that now, but back in the day they'd millbank bag it, boil it twice, done. So yeah, so yeah, I'm just going to leave that over there hanging up. Here's my washing and boxing bag. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that over there hanging up, and yeah, loving it. Thank you. Just thanks for watching. Please like, share, comment. Get on over to Blue Angelical. Have a look at some of the stuff he's got. I can't say enough good things about it, to be honest. I mean, you've seen the water test, the amount of gear. I mean, I could do an overnight in the large semi pouch alone. Just taking like that and a BCB. If I was to take a BCB cup in the bag, water bottle, cup and cooker set, the BCB cook set. So if I was to take that, everything else I could get into that semi pouch. That's my shelter. Obviously there wouldn't be a sleeping bag in that, but I mean if it was an emergency just one night, I could quite easily, I mean at the moment you look at the sun, I could probably get enough like leaves, build like a little bed out of firms, and quite happily just sleep in the clothes that I'm in, with a fire and a firewall. I mean, obviously you could take an extra sleeping bag if you wanted to. I mean, some of you guys have got these little miniature micro ones at £300–400. I can't afford one of them. So yeah, but yeah, really happy with it all. Get over there, have a look at it, buy some of it, enjoy it. I know I am.